All right, hello, and welcome to Sanctums and Spies. This is our 11th session with our still unnamed group here, but we are back to the Zemni Fields now. After spending some time in Asarius, there has been a bit of a jump in location. But before we get to recap and lore drops, a little bit of housekeeping to take care of at the top of the session. We do use music from a couple different places here on this channel. One of those places is filmmusic.io. Any of the songs that play from filmmusic.io have information for each of them, including links down in the panels below. You can follow those to get more information and listen to the music, get a license yourself if you'd like to use it in one of your projects. Also use music from the Welcome to Tal'Dorei and Welcome to Wildmount official Critical Role soundtracks. Them over there at Critical Role have deemed nice enough to let streamers use it, and so we use it here. There's information for each of those albums down in the panels as well. Highly recommend that you go check them out. But getting back to our session today, wanted to offer to the players the chance to exchange a bit of lore for some inspiration.
Winnie has a bit of lore.
Sure.
Winnie has a map to a faraway place that she's never been to that she drew herself.
That's a good one. Inspiration for you. Okay, anybody else before the session? Okay. All right, so getting into the recap and where we left off for the last session, we had ended in Asarius with meeting with the Lady Zethris Olios and coming to the decision to head to one of the closest locations on the map that was found in the underground temple, the first temple that the group had traveled into. After getting a little bit of magical assistance from Cathona Thalus's cousin, the Shadow Hand Essek Thalus, the group was teleported in the direction or in the vicinity of the ruins of Schottengrad, their next stop and one of the locations on the map that was underground. However, upon the spell completing and the party looking around, seeing a very different setting than the Wastes of Jorhas, they discovered that Gloriel, Professor Mayfield, and Winnie were the only three to make it. A very concerned look from Essek's face, asking if they had heard the voice that had come through, saying that he needed a bit of time to see if he could figure out what was going on and to meet back in that spot where the group landed in another 12 hours. And he would do his best to return the rest of the party. With a little bit of exploring and searching around, the group was kind of set upon by a pair of owlbears. Looked to be a mother and adolescent one. One of them was dispatched. The other was left tied up and alive to potentially be able to fend for itself and not be killed. But it was discovered that there was a very injured monk, a member of the Cobalt Soul, who had been attacked by something else that was in the area and had asked for a bit of help from the party. And after a little bit of healing, this Cobalt Soul monk named Arceris mentioned that they had seen a farm not far, about a quarter mile or so off in the distance that the group could head to. And after the healing, also just told the group why they were out there, and that there were a group of Cobalt Soul monks who had come up from the ruins of Schottengrad, where they were stationed to figure out what was going on the outskirts of the ruins. The outskirts of the camp there was dealing with attacks that were odd, not very indicative of creatures that were in the area. After traveling to the farm, they were given rest, but it was a bit suspicious, so to speak. And after a few odd happenings in the night, and the group deciding to head out and figure out what exactly was going on, and it was found that the residents of this farm who would let them in were in fact members of the Myriad who had the actual family of farmers held hostage in the barn, and were trying to get information out of them, and find a magical sword that was on the property. After a bit of let's say silent knifing, silent psychic knifing, and fighting of the Myriad, and also fighting against the reptilian creatures that had been tracking the group and the Cobalt Soul Monk here to the farm, the group was able to save the farmers, dispatch some of the members of the Myriad. Some were left alive for questioning, and as a reward, the father of the family brought out the sword that the Myriad was looking for, Frostbringer, the sword that was not just a sword, but also gave entrance to a cave up north, a cave that might hold more magical artifacts of some sort that his family had been protecting for years. That brings us back to where we were here on the farm. So we'll hop back in here with Winnie casting Identify on Frostbringer, and Winnie will hop right back into the farmer being in front of you, and the group kind of cleaning up after fighting the large raptor-like creatures that had attacked, and working towards getting back to the meeting spot where the Shadow Hand had indicated. Winnie, after you cast Identify, you get the details of what this Frostbringer sword does. It should already be in your inventory if you'd like to take a look.
Oh my, let me see.
Can you re-describe the look of the sword for us?
The sword itself kind of has kind of a bluish tint to the steel. It's not... it doesn't feel cold to the touch while Winnie is holding it, but it does have almost like an illusion of cold, frosty air coming off of it. And down the hilt is very ornate, silver, and I believe there was a wolf's head on the hilt, but I'll have to go back and check.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is a very frosty sword. It works as a regular long sword with slashing damage, but it appears that it will also do some extra cold damage. And if you can do some cold damage, if an enemy takes cold damage from another source, the wielder can use a reaction to add a lot of extra cold damage. Oh, I think we could coordinate some things. I don't know if anybody here uses a sword. I don't use a sword.
I don't suppose it has the finesse property?
No, definitely not.
And I pull out a copy of the player's handbook to explain why I need that. Right.
I'm capable of using it, but honestly, I feel like I'd be better off just sticking with my axe for now.
It's a martial weapon. I'm not proficient.
I'm not there, so I can't be like.
Oh,
but the gaming pin is like, oh, you can use it. Oh, you can use it.
It's like, I think I recall Yuria using some big weapons. Does she normally have like an axe or a hammer or something big? She normally has a big weapon, I think. So we can say.
I remember when she held it to my back when we first met. It was.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And then once I rest, I can learn some spells that are chilly spells to go with the sword. That would be nice. Oh, and it can be a light source too. I'm getting, I don't know, when he's like crystal ball, I'm getting a signal. Also, it can shed some light when it's cold, and it does lots of fun things.
And the farmer there says, well, we've tried to take care of it as best we can. I guess that task is up to you now. More important to have our family here.
Okay, yeah, we'll take good care of it. And we'll put it to good use. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I can't tell you how much it means that you... I thought we were all dead.
I'm so glad you're not. And thank you for the seeds.
You're very welcome. Those notes are some of the collected knowledge of what we've done here for a few decades. So I hope you can take it and do something good with it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sure my family will be very interested to learn what we can.
Well, you're welcome to stay as long as you need, but I think we should probably get some cleanup going here. Arceris kind of speaks up. Yeah, we do have 2 captives here. Probably should start working on getting them back to camp. What is all of your plans? Are you heading out? Are you staying here?
Well, Essig told us to meet him back where we started in 12 hours from when we got here, when he looks at the sky.
And that's about coming up. We're talking
Okay.
Good timing to end the fight where it was at.
We have to go. Hopefully Essig found, I've heard so much about him. I'm really disappointed. He really, I guess that doesn't matter. Hopefully he can fix his mistake. But we're supposed to meet him, and hopefully he's found the party members that he lost during his spell. That's just sloppy wizarding. But we have to go meet, and then maybe we can come back and help with the cleanup.
Oh, I'm sure I can help the family with the cleanup here and get the captives there. Just wondering, there's not much around this area, and if you needed some shelter, might be able to swing a few tents at the camp around the ruins of Schottengrad.
Okay, that would be much appreciated.
You've all proven yourselves here quite well. We often have need for mercenaries to go down into the ruins to clear out some of the more dangerous areas. It is a bit of a strict requirement for getting in. We do have an interview by the High Boulder Brokehook Earthcloak, Cerberus Assembly member, to get in. But it's good money, and we could always use the help.
Well, we do want to get down there.
And we do like helping.
Yeah, and we like to help. I think we were going to try to find the artifact first and then come help, because I think that would make us more helpful.
Yeah, we've got a long list.
We have a very long to-do list.
It's good, though. Keeps us fresh.
I see. Well, thank you again for saving my life and for your help here with these people. You've made the Zimni Fields a bit of a better place today.
Oh, our pleasure. Hopefully we'll come back in greater numbers.
Hopefully so. There's a bit of danger around the fields these days, odd happenings. But the more the merrier. It is in company that we keep that we find safety. Well then, best of luck on your travels.
Thank you. You too. I guess we'll start heading off. Okay. He's going to start heading off to where they came from, mumbling under her breath. I can't believe he lost people. Sloppy.
And that will bring us back for a moment here to Ouya. Udia, who the last we saw of her was being teleported from Asarius. And from the perspective that you had, Udia, you saw the Shadow Hand cast his spell. You felt pulled by it. The breath leaving your lungs momentarily. You felt stretched thin, kind of like taffy being pulled, but then all smashed back together as if all of the matter that made up you could fit inside one atom. And then you felt a searing pain, almost as if an echo from a distant room in a large building. You hear the words, "I'll be taking her now." And you look for a moment and you see the form of Acacia. And you could see that on either side of Acacia, both you and Jawan had been standing. And in this magical expulsion of energy that the Shadow Hand has cast, all of a sudden it seems that something is reaching into this spell, that is reaching in to pull Acacia out. And it is powerful enough that as you see this happen, you feel that you are pulled along with it. And you end up sightless. No sound. You can feel almost as if there's a faceted round chamber just on the outskirts of where you're currently at. You kind of hit on it. It just feels solid. You spend an unending amount of time here. You're not sure if years, days, months have passed, in some odd sense of suspension. Until finally, after what feels like an eternity, you hear the same voice. Your magic allowed a connection. That is good. It is good to see what those who live in the present can do. But you have something that is mine. Will you give it up? And you don't hear the response, but you almost feel this response coming from Acacia mentally. No. 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 And you hear it and you feel it over and over and over again, until the voice responds after another eternity. It matters not. Wherever you land, I am connected to you now. No. 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 Until finally, after who knows how long, you hear a crack. You see a bit of light come through. Almost as if you're on the inside of a human-sized gem with a faceted inside, and it is now cracking. The crack extends further. Your sense of time now back to you. The crack extends until finally, like the sound of glass shattering, and you fall to your feet and you look around a desolate desert, a landscape that is unfamiliar to you. You look to your left and your right. You see Acacia. You see Jawan. You also see three others. You see the familiar face of the person you now know as the Shadow Hand, Essek Thalis, Cathona's cousin, and the one who had originally cast the teleportation spell. You see with him two others now. One is an elf, pointy-eared, wearing almost academic-looking clothing. The other, red-haired, wearing a brown coat, wraps around his arm. He says to Essek, "Is this them?" "Yes. Yes, it is. Thank you both." And then looks to the three of you. "I do not know what happened." And you see on his face fear, almost terror. "I have seen many things, but I have not seen anything that has been able to reach inside a spell that has already been cast and pull something out of it. Not like that." And you see the red-headed man behind him kind of put a hand on his shoulder. And he looks to Acacia and says, he is connected to you now. Whatever magic you used in the temple, he is connected. And if he could find you while we were moving through the weave of the material plane, then you should not have those. Then you should run. And you should keep running until you find a place that you think is safe to hide. Acacia looks down at the bracers. "I don't think I can run alone." "Well, I think I got you. I can go with you." "Are you sure?" Yeah, I'm sure. But what about the bracers?" And Essek looks back to you, Udia. "It may be better to split the connection to Acacia and the bracers themselves." And as he says that, Acacia kind of has a solemn look on her face and looks down and starts to remove them. "Will you take these back to your group?"
Yes.
Whatever we are dealing with here has a power that I have not seen before. I have delved deep into the depths of the ancient places of this world, and I have not seen something that can do that. Acacia, John, my friends here will take you where you would like to go. It's better that you tell only them, and then go somewhere else. Run, and do not let anybody know where you're at, for it will mean your end if you do. Looks back to you, Udia. I think that we are not prepared in the dynasty yet. This is a big task to ask of you. But it is now of the utmost importance that we know as much as we can about whatever is going on. Will you continue on this task, despite the dangers?
Yes.
No risk, no reward.
The red-headed gentleman behind Essex says, "There's help in the fields if you need it. Hope's Bastion seems to be a place where they are gathering good people. You can look there for refuge if you need." And he turns to him and says, "Take them and go back immediately." And with a glance, the other two wizards take Okesha and Jawan. And Essek looks. "I do not currently know when we are, Udia. I do not know where we are. You have been brought to a place of desolation. Are you ready for what's next?"
Yes.
"What do you need from the Shadow Hand of the Kryn Dynasty?"
At this point, can I make a history check to see what they can offer us? Like,
No, you're not even there.
Never
This
mind.
is not even. Yeah, this is in another completely separate place currently. Yeah.
So the psychic connection that we have is that not working right now? It's fine
You
if
don't-
it's not, because they're in a
you-
different. It doesn't work across planes. So I just want to know.
Right. So this is we're going through the time that Udio was separated from the group.
Yeah,
Physically, not even close.
Winnie's family. They need to be safe.
I will quietly make sure they are safe, without doing what I can to raise any alarm. If they stay within the boundaries of the dynasty, I believe that is within my power, and I will do so.
Make sure nobody knows that they're connected to her.
I will do my best.
That's all.
Well then, are you ready to travel home? And he stretches his hand out.
No, but I have to do it anyway.
And he has a sad look on his face when you say that. But he leaves his hand extended, and if you reach out to grab it, as you do, and as the three of you are kind of sitting around waiting for a few minutes at the location where Essek had told you to wait, you see the forms of Essek and Udia. Essek with a sad and concerned look on his face, and Udia holding the bracers.
Uria, are you okay? Do you need? She runs up, ready to cure wounds. Are you all right?
I have some rations. If you're hungry, I'm a good listener.
Are you though?
What? Where's everybody else? Essek, what went wrong?
What happened, Shadowhand?
They're gone.
Like, are they dead?
Whoever is going after these items, these braces, is quite powerful, and was able to reach into my teleportation spell as it was being cast. There is great danger here, and whoever did that was a master of many schools of magic, including some that we may not have rediscovered.
Oh, bother. Do they?
I'm gonna kill him when
Are they able to track these bracers?
I hope they can.
It seemed to me that there was the connection between, or the connection that was created while the spell was being cast was more tied to Acacia herself, not necessarily the bracers. I don't know that it's safe to put them on to use the magic that's held within them, but I have to imagine that their power is great. Greater than we know yet.
Oh, my goodness. And Acacia, and I guess Rowan went with Acacia. Are they all right? Did you see them out safely?
We are going to do everything we can to make sure they stay safe, but it is a very dangerous situation.
Stop promising things you can't deliver.
I can promise to do my best.
When he just gives him the disappointed look. Okay, well, I guess this doesn't change our immediate plans. It just makes them more dangerous or important or both. Whatever was down there was part of this tunnel system, so we need to get down into the caves and try to figure all that out.
The more information we have from any source, the better we are. My full attention is on this now. I will be doing everything I can to find information pertaining to all of this. I will pass along that information when I can.
Okay, well, that's appreciated. I say thank you.
And I will give updates on your friends as much as I can within my boundaries to keep them safe.
I guess we're off to the mountains.
Whatever you think is best. I leave that to you. Should you need me. And he pulls out a small stone and hands over. The sending stone will reach me.
Thank you.
Tread lightly, friends. Ancient magics are waking up. And with that, he steps back, pulls out a little, looks like a little gem of some sort, maybe a spellcasting focus. Starts to cast the spell. Before leaving, he looks at Udia specifically. I am very, very sorry. And Shadowhand is gone. It is a very different place than the desert, than Asarius. Here in the Zimni Fields, it's green grass. It's a little cold this time of year. It's the time of morning, the frost on the grasses started to melt off. You can look out and see a bit of steam in some places. Trees. Not a forest worth of trees, but spread out over the area. Foothills occasionally, Looking to the south and off to the west, full mountain ranges that extend out as far as you can see on the horizon. We have the party back in the Zemni Fields together again. What would y'all like to do?
Are you okay, Uria?
No.
Uh-oh. Are you injured?
No.
I have something for you. Maybe that'll cheer you up. And I show her Frostbringer. I think you'll like it.
I do. You can't leave me too, Winnie.
I'm not going to leave you. Here, do you want to hold Rue? And I, my little finger puppet, and hold him. And when she does, he says, remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think.
Thanks, Winnie.
You hold on to him for a while.
I'm gonna kill him, Winnie.
Who?
Whoever took us.
Who did take you? It wasn't just Essig screwing up?
No.
What happened? Do you know who interfered?
I heard their voice. He was torturing Acacia. I was in a room, but I didn't feel like a room. I don't know how long I was there.
And Essig said something about a connection with Acacia. Was it that I don't being, God, whatever that she connected with down in the tunnel under the Cretes?
I think so.
Oh. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know what we're supposed to do.
You have to keep going.
Yeah, if that thing's powerful, I guess maybe we should. We were trying to decide whether we wanted to go ahead and go to Schadengrad like we originally planned, or detour into the mountains to look for an artifact. I feel like if we can find a powerful artifact, maybe that would be helpful.
What artifact?
I don't know what it is, just that the Myriad's looking for it. But now that we have Frostbringer, we should be able to find it before them.
Do I know what the Myriad is?
You can go ahead and roll a history check, see if you do.
I know nothing.
I guess Winnie will explain what she learned in her history check.
Yeah, right. Got it.
Right.
No.
Yeah. So one of the farmers or somebody here mentioned them. One of the people that were trying to hurt everybody here. They're run by the Mardoon family out of Shady Creek Run, which is, I'm not sure exactly where, but he's somewhere here on this continent. And the Myriad's like a criminal organization and very shady, and they're searching for the artifact. And they were the ones here hurting these good farmers. You know what? I knew they weren't farmers right away because they were rude. They were so rude, Uriah. You would have been absolutely livid. But I knew it. And then they were hurting everybody. And they were really these myriad people. And we learned that they're looking for an artifact, a powerful artifact. I think we should try to beat them to the punch. Now that the farmer gave us Frostbringer, now that we have that, and now that we have you, I think we have a chance. What do you think?
I think we go get that artifact.
And then into the caves, especially if that powerful god, being, entity, whatever it is messing with Acacia and maybe with us. I think the more firepower we have, the better.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go up to Professor and just hold out the bracers and be like, here you go.
Okay. Then he takes the bracers and doesn't really know what to do with them, and put them away in his hammer space.
All right. Off to the mountains we go.
Okay, so in talking about travel and travel from where you're currently at in the Zemni Fields up north to where the cave that Frostbringer could potentially open, we're talking the bottom of the Zemni Fields to the top of the Zemni Fields. It's a little bit of travel. There isn't a ton in between. If you go from where you're at now, if you're kind of right over the ruins of Schottengrad, if you go up, just kind of straight north, the only thing that will be kind of in between those things is random farms, miscellaneous farms, any kind of natural features that might show up, as well as it was mentioned to the group by Osiris as well, Hope's Bastion. A new settlement that has popped up in the Zemni Fields as well. So that it would be probably, I would say, from where you're at now, Hope's Bastion would be probably about a day and a half, maybe 2 days if it's slow travel, depending on how you go. And then from there would be probably about the same up, maybe a little bit extra time up. It does get very cold up in that area. Or you could just go directly there, which would cut off a little bit of time. If you just go straight from where you're at to that spot, would probably be about 2.5 to 3 days travel time overall. But that is just kind of the general breakdown for how long it would take to do travel up to where you're trying to go. But if that's how everybody would like to proceed, we can absolutely do that. I guess what I'd ask for next is what's the marching order look like? Is everybody just kind of heading out? We're heading out on foot and heading up there, or what's the plan?
Yeah, do we need to get tents or warm clothing? Or are we good? It's not that cold.
It's pretty chilly. I would say it's not freezing cold. We're not talking like if you don't have warm weather clothing, I'll be assessing any damage or anything. Especially as a bugbear, you, Winnie, are probably more okay than not.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, you're probably more okay than anybody for sure. But it is a little chilly. Certainly more than you're used to from back home.
Okay. Well, if you guys want to detour by Hope Sebastian and see what's going on there, or go straight, I'm not I'm not that good at navigating. I've never been away from home, so whatever you guys think.
I don't have strong feelings myself, one way or the other.
Does everyone have enough food and water until we get up there? Well, food is more important than anything else.
I think I've got about 10 days worth of rations. Look. 5 days worth of rations. So maybe we should get a few.
Yeah, because we did lose our ranger, so you know.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure that maybe they can spare a little at the farmhouse, and we can also stop in Hope Sebastian since that's
Sure. Yeah. That the farmhouse was close as well. You guys could certainly go back there if you would like. That's well within the realm of possibility. But your call.
Yeah, let's see if we can get some food, maybe, and then that's the only thing we really need.
okay. We'll swing by and grab some rations from the farmhouse and then head out. You guys want to head for Hope Sebastian, or go straight to the mountain and hit Hope Sebastian on the way back? Or not at all?
I don't think I have any great need for supplies. I'm fine with heading just straight there personally, but if we want to go to the city, I'm fine with that too.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need anything. I assume it's not a place where there would be any wizardly shopping.
It's been described as a settlement more than like a full city or anything. So if you had to guess, probably not. But you can certainly try.
Yeah. No, we can go straight. We'll swing by the farmhouse. I'm sure the farmer can spare some cheese and some food and.
Sure, easy enough. So the group heads back the short distance towards the farm, and I would say that as you start to head back in that direction from where you had teleported in, you do hear kind of a loud growling, and it kind of sounds familiar.
Oh,
You hear a little bit of a struggle.
Is that those lizard things again?
Didn't sound much like the lizards. Sound a little more avian.
Uh-oh.
But it was a familiar spot. You hear it as you were passing where you had found Arceris and fought the owlbears.
Oh, Maria, we needed you. We captured a baby owlbear.
Oh,
But it was really mean, so we just tied it up and left it.
what?
I left a lot of food with it, which is why I'm down. I don't have very much food left. I gave it a lot of food, but it was trying to attack us. But maybe, yeah, is the owlbear still there?
What happened to its mom?
Well, it was trying to kill us.
Take me to the owlbear.
And it's not far. When you can see it's not like a young. We're not talking like this is a small owlbear. This is an adolescent owlbear, so it's not fully grown, but it is still quite large. I would say maybe like pony sized, and still there. It's tied up quite well, and unfortunately, the dead mother is still off to the side, maybe 20, 30 feet or so.
You couldn't even move the body so that the owlbear wasn't traumatized by watching its mother just be dead?
I didn't think of that. I'm sorry.
Fine.
When he starts crying.
Oh no!
Sorry.
That was oh my god. I'm gonna cast. Okay, on my way there, I would have ritually cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go up to, or can I get up to the owlbear and be like, "It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. I know that they did bad things, but I'm not gonna hurt you, okay?"
And it's kind of like trying to reach out with its claws to scratch, and big beak, kind of like giant squid-sized beak, just chomping down. Go ahead and roll with Speak with Animals. Go ahead and roll an animal handling check with advantage.
16.
16. Okay. That's enough for it to kind of settle and start to. It's still kind of like pulling every little bit on the ropes, but it does at least stop trying to bite out at you.
Okay. I'm going to. Does it look hungry or thirsty, or is there like food around?
No, there's food around. Like there's some food that has been eaten. Like you can see the remains of what you recognize as rations from Winnie's farm, having been left out for them to eat. And they seem okay. Otherwise, there was a little bit of healing that was done on them. They're just kind of still tied up here.
Okay. I'm going to. I think I can do this. Hold, please. I'm trying to figure something out.
Sure.
What is my... What's the Sierra of Albert? Of an animal Albert?
Oh, good question. Let me find that out. A full-grown owlbear challenge rating would be 3. Reduced threat owlbear, like this one. There we go. Adolescent one, we're going to call challenge rating 2.
All right. I'm gonna turn into I think the one that's CR 1/4 is a brown bear or a black bear.
CR 1/2 is a black bear.
Black bear. Turning in. Oh, CR 1/2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think brown bear would be higher than that.
Yeah, brown bear's a 1. Okay. No turning into a bear to make it more comfortable. All right. Wait, what if I turned into a black bear cub?
I would say if you wanted to do that, that'd be okay. That kind of fits the reduction in challenge rating we were working with.
All right. So I'm going to turn into a brown bear cub.
Okay. You all see, I think for the first time, Udia change her
There was
form.
a badger situation.
Oh, that's right. At least first time to a bear.
I am now very adorable. Okay, I'm going to turn into a little bear. And I'm going to try to go up to... What is it, tied up to a tree?
Just kind of like tied, its limbs have been tied together.
Oh my god. All right. My little bear cub self is going to go up to... Or trying to get close to the owlbear so I can untie it. And I'll just keep, like, as I'm coming up and be like, it's okay. I just want to untie you so that you can go, like, run free.
Okay.
And I try to do that with my...
With your little... Yeah, I mean, you're a little bear, so you can just use your claws and kind of, like,
rip them.
whittle through the rope. And After a while, it kind of breaks, and everybody sees it kind of get up, and it kind of looks like it has a defensive stance at first, like it's backing up, looking at the four. Well, I guess the three of you and the bear.
I'll go like on my back and kind of just like play like I'm a little cub bear and just like
Kind of.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll an animal handling check with advantage.
Ooh, that was worse. That was a 14.
A 14. Okay. Here, let's see. I would say that's. Roll first. Yeah, I'd say that's enough that it doesn't attack. And it kind of almost looks like it wants to move forward. It like has that instinctual instinct to go up and maybe play a bit, but it's not. You could tell that it's not friendly.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna get back up on like all fours and just kind of like do like an awkward bear wave and be like, "All right, off you go."
Okay, got it. And you still have speak with animals up, even if you wild shape. So we'll go ahead and say that it kind of turns and starts to slowly walk past its mother, and as it does, it kind of nuzzles with its head a bit, and then looks back, and then heads off into the Zimni fields.
All right.
Heading south towards the mountains.
In my little bear cub form, I like come up to the group and I start like lecturing them, but they can't understand me because I'm still a bear cub. And just be like, why wouldn't you bury the mother or at least take it away from where you tied its cub? And I'll just do that until I turn back into a person in 30 minutes.
Okay, got it. The three of you all see a young bear cub kind of on its back feet doing like a weird point, but don't really know what's going on and what it's saying.
Winnie knows enough to have her ears drooped down, hangs her head a little bit.
Definitely.
We trudge towards the farm to get our rations.
Okay, got it. Okay. As the group heads back to the farm, Udia, you see it for the first time. Just a very simple farm. It's got a wheat fields very close to the farmhouse and barn, and you can see that there are a couple people here that are out and about. It looks like some of the children and the father's still out as well. As you all approach, he gives a big wave out to the four of you, and when you come back in, welcome back. Seems like you found your friend. Hi. Nice to meet you. Any friend of theirs is a friend of mine.
Has it been 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll say it's no longer in bear form. Well, what brings you all back?
We were hoping to be able to get some rations. We're going to head on up to the mountains.
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, give me a few minutes. And he runs off to the barn. And yeah, probably 5-6 minutes later comes out with like 2 canvas sacks full of a variety of different foods. Should be some good travel food here. We got some jerkies in this one. A lot of fruits and vegetables. Sorry for the carnivores. And looks at Winnie. But yeah, we've got a few different things. Should last you a few days at least. And it looks like it's probably well over a few days worth. This looks, what I'll say is this is a full 2 weeks of rations for the 4 of you.
Oh, thank you so much. And I love vegetables.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, farmer, of course. Well, anybody need any? He kind of looks around. You don't look like you've all got your traveling gear ready. Anybody need anything warm for the trip?
I think my fur should stand me in good stead. How about the rest of you?
And especially the professor, he gives a look. I can get you a cloak if you need. It's A little cold out there currently.
I won't say no to that.
Oh, okay, got it. All right. And you, Gloriel? How about you?
I do have my coat. I think I'll be okay.
Okay. And new friend, what about you? He kind of addresses Uriah.
I'm good.
Okay. One coat coming up. Goes back in, brings a very nice kind of fur-lined cloak out for the professor. It's a little big, but
Thank you.
of course. Glad I can help.
If it's a little big for the professor, how big is it? Because he's like 6'2".
It's not so much that it's too long. Very, very broad shoulders.
I
It's
see.
those Zemnian shoulders for the farmers in the Zemni fields.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I've got my travel cloak, so that should work.
Well, stay safe out there. There's rumors of very crazy things happening in the fields lately. Even a dragon attack up at Hope's Bastion.
Did you say there was a dragon attack at Hope's Bastion?
Yeah, sometime last week. They were able to fight it back. They've got Bastion's Watch up there. It's a group who kind of goes and it's conscripted for the settlement there. Yeah, so not incredibly safe these days, but they've got things secured for now. If you were to head to the settlement.
What kind of dragon?
Green, from what I hear.
Was it just a dragon?
No, oh God, I don't. That's all I heard about. But I'm not sure.
How big was it?
Big enough they took some casualties.
Oh, bother. All right. Well, I guess we'll have to be on alert. We weren't gonna detour by there. Maybe on the way back.
Maybe might be best not to if there's dragon attacks happening.
I think so. Okay.
Yeah. Well, stay safe. Stay quiet. You should be fine.
Thank you. All right. Winnie's got a map, right? He showed her where
Yes.
it was.
Yes, he specifically pointed out where it was.
Okay. And we're just going to try to go as the crow flies?
Okay, got it. Okay. Well then, for what we'll call the first day of travel here, after picking up some rations at the farm, who would like to roll? Let's say we'll just have you roll a d20 for this first day of travel. See what comes up.
You know, in my younger days, I could have made this journey all by myself with no food. But these days, I think someone else should handle it.
And the professor, you're getting this.
Help me.
You're getting this sense of, for you, it's kind of comfortable. It's that sense of losing the homesickness that was there. You're back in a relatively familiar area, back in a area where you're comfortable with the people that you've got a knowledge of a little more distinctly than the Kryn dynasty, and you're back home, and it feels nice and comfortable.
I'm going to just stretch and breathe in and take in the atmosphere then.
Okay.
They rolled a nat 20.
Oh, natural 20. Very nice. Okay.
That's probably the dragon, right?
You see large wings. Okay. So, with a natural 20, the group is able to pretty successfully navigate the first day of travel, at least the first half of the day of travel, without much issue. I would say that the weather is very clear, enough sun that it has melted off any ice and moisture that was sticking to the grass this morning. and good views, easy trails makes for a very comfortable and very almost rejuvenating walk through the Zemni Fields here. You catch the all kinds of wildlife, small little critters, squirrels and ground squirrels, chipmunks, to birds flying of many different varieties. You've got hawks and eagles. Every now and then you'll see them swoop down into the fields to pick up a small mouse or rodent. But the Zemni Fields is teeming with life as you all have this first day of travel here. Is there anything, I do want to ask, is there anything in particular that anybody would like to be doing while traveling? Anything looking out for, or
Reading.
Reading while walking?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Okay. I'll
put my hand on I'll reach up, right, and I'll put my hand all the way on Winnie's shoulder, and I'll have one book, and I'll just sort of follow along behind it.
Okay, go ahead and roll me just like a general dexterity check to see
Sure.
how dexterous you are on this day of travel.
Sure, I'm pretty dexterous.
Yeah.
And if he falls, I'm leaving him there.
Okay.
Hey, so 5 seconds ago when I said I was pretty dexterous?
Sure.
9.
9. Okay. So 9 is not like a full trip and fall over, get dirt all over. But a 9 is low enough that you are stumbling quite often. And
I put the book away and I say,
okay.
Oh, in my younger days, I could read while doing handstands, but I guess all my old age has caught up with me.
So unfortunately, not much reading able to be done this day while walking. Anybody else have anything they'd like to try and accomplish on this first day of travel?
I'm keeping an eye out for a green dragon.
Sure, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, go ahead and...
He's going to help keep an eye out as well.
Okay, for sure. Why don't you roll a perception? Either both of you can roll a perception check, or one of you can roll with advantage.
I'm not too bad.
I got a +3. I don't know what you're rolling.
Got a +4 for an 18.
Oh, 18. Very nice.
That's much better than my 12. I'm rolling like ass today.
Okay, so Winnie doesn't, Udia doesn't spot it, but while looking out for large wings, Winnie does spot a giant eagle flying in the sky off in the distance, not above where you're at. I would say probably flying in a westward direction, but it looks like it does a couple loops, and you kind of track it for a couple hours before you lose sight of it, but you do spot a giant eagle in the distance.
Ooh, look at that. And Winnie's just wide-eyed. She's never seen anything like this, or the animals are all different. This crunchy green stuff is different.
And I want to ask, how's Glorielle feeling here on this walk through the Zemni Fields, given the situation?
A little paranoid. She's keeping an eye out, but even as positive as the interaction was with the farmers, it's less for green dragons and more for troops. Even though rationally she knows there will be no troops here.
Okay, got it. Okay. Well, then, as the group heads in the same direction, we get to the first evening, and get a nice clear sky as dusk settles in and some of the stars start to show up in the night sky. You see Katha and Ruidus appear in the sky with just such beauty and clarity here without any of the surrounding light from being in the city. Out here in the Zemni Fields, out in the wilds, that's a beautiful view of the stars in the sky. But we move to the evening. Now, the group can push forward if you'd like, risking exhaustion.
No, I'd rather read.
That's up to you. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that seems like a bad idea.
I'm sleepy. I need my beauty rest.
In my younger years, I could actually rest only 4 hours, like a full hour. And I would have extra time for reading.
I'm gonna resist the urge to strangle Professor Mayfield.
Roll a Constitution. No.
Don't worry, I already rolled a fate die over here. I do it every time he says it.
Just wait till level 9 when I can teleport. You'll never catch me.
Oh god. I will I'll tell Professor Mayfield that if he can read/keep watch for 4 hours while I nap, I'll take on the rest of the evening and he can read until 4 o'clock in the morning if he wants to.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so you guys are gonna find a camping spot, it sounds like, and camp for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know if I want Owl to be an owl.
Okay.
I'm not sure. That takes an hour and costs components. I think I'll just keep Owl as a spider, but ask Owl to, kind of sit up. I guess there's no trees nearby, but just kind of.
I would say if you guys were looking for trees, you could find a tree fairly easily. It's not foresty though.
Okay, I guess I'll ask Owl to just kind of climb up on the tree and help keep a lookout to wake me if they see anything, and I'll do alarm before we go to bed, and I'll cast a perimeter around us.
Okay, got it. You get a little spider response back, kind of waving the spider legs in acknowledgement, and go through ritual casting alarm for a little bit of safety here in this spot. Okay, so it sounds like the professor's taking first watch. 2 questions: are you guys starting a campfire for heat or not? And
well, I need the fire to read. I don't have dark vision, unlike
everybody else
when I did have it.
Okay,
but we don't want to attract attention. So
I mean, I actually kind of have a compulsion to do that, but I know what you mean.
No.
Keep it small.
You never.
Okay. So, I guess where did we land on the campfire?
I would like one. That's my vote.
Okay, got it.
I can make you a tiny light if that would be better.
That would be perfect.
Okay. So
Never mind. I'll use the tiny light. Thank you, Winnie.
do you have a little just a little object you want to be your light?
The professor will just put his hands together and take off his wedding ring.
Right. And he will take out our tinkering tools. I'm going to try not to scratch it, and tinkers with it a little bit so it gives off a 5-foot radius light.
Oh, nice. Okay, great.
I'm like talking to myself, but loud enough so everybody can hear. It's like, I can't believe somebody married him. Oh God. I hope they're okay.
Actually, if you were paying attention, the professor looks a little pained when you say that.
Aww. Gabby feels bad. Udia does not.
I like the distinction there.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't like hurting people's feelings. She doesn't give a fuck.
See, I was just gonna say that. So we created book lights in Exandria's canon. Mark it down.
Yeah, I guess that's true, huh?
All right, what's canon now?
Book
Yep,
lights.
Book lights.
Oh yeah.
The little ones you clip on the books.
Okay, got it. So, for the professor, which book are you reading as you settle in?
I don't want to read the one I was reading before. I feel like I've gotten enough out of it.
Okay.
Gosh, did I write this down? Which books there were in our DMs or not? Because otherwise you're going to have to tell me again. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
Did I write them down? No, I didn't. Okay.
Okay. Well then. I know the topics. I don't remember the titles of the book off the top of my head.
That's fine. Just the topics.
Yeah,
There was the children of the cult, right?
Yeah, you were looking at the Children of Malice was the book that you
Yeah.
had been reading lately. Let me see here. Yeah, I think I have it in my other notebook. So let's do this. Let's have you roll a perception check first for the watch, and then we'll do some book reading lore.
14, and I can do psychic stuff if that's not enough.
Okay. With a 14, the interesting thing here is that probably about an hour and a half into your watch, all of a sudden you see from the sky falling very quickly, and a large fish surrounded by a bit of water that falls to the ground with it, just like. This
I'm
one
gonna
in
turn on the
particular.
psychic link in case it wasn't already on.
Okay, got it.
Just let me just roll it because there's a duration that might matter.
Sure.
And we are all 4 hours. Okay. So we've got 4 hours of this. So a fish, huh?
As you see it, it looks to be probably about 2 to 3 feet in length. Maybe like a sturgeon.
I'm not going to wake anybody up over a fish. I'm just going to go investigate with the tiny light.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. You do, and go ahead and roll an investigation check. Yeah.
Sure. 11, and I can't do psychic stuff. Just 11.
Okay. With an 11, it's still a little wet. Yeah, it's really weird. It's it kind of like.
I don't know what you do with fish.
It's alive. It's definitely alive. You can tell that.
Is there water? I don't want it to die. I'll just throw it in the water.
Oh no, it's just that.
Hmm?
No, it's still alive, but you don't see any water around you.
Okay, I'm gonna. Dig a small hole and pour some water in it for my water skin and throw the fish in there.
Okay.
Like, sorry, buddy, that's all I got.
Sure. Yeah, easy enough. You do so. You kind of spend some time digging up a hole and
it's not a big
fill it with
fish,
water.
right?
I mean, like 2 to 3 feet.
Okay, that's a little big.
That's a pretty big fish.
I'll take someone's shield while they're sleeping. Just
start to dig a little. Okay, yeah. You're able to with enough time dig a hole and pour some water in for the fish.
all right. I hope you like fresh water, buddy, because I don't have salt. Can I make a nature check to see if I know what kind of water it needs?
I would say with the investigation check that you had, if you just kind of like feel the water, kind of do a little taste, it's salt water.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So I put it in, and I look up. Do I see like what's?
Yeah, roll a perception check, sure.
Okay, all right. Perception, I'm pretty good at. Actually, where is it? 11.
11. It's clear night sky. You don't see any clouds. No, it just seems to be a fish falling from the sky.
Do dragons eat fish?
Potentially. I mean, not that you're aware of specifically. You even in all your studies, you have not heard of a time when a dragon specifically requested or was going after fish.
My thing
also,
is, correct me if like this doesn't make sense with the lore, but my thing is, a dragon probably could eat a fish.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you definitely know a dragon.
They can do whatever. They can almost anything because they're dragons. Right? Who's going to tell them what to eat? Anyway, I just tickle it and I go, all right, little buddy. And then I just leave. I don't know what else to do.
Sure. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
And I go back and I'm just like, what a fish.
And you go back to reading your book. And for the book itself, go ahead and roll me just like a history check for
I'm very good at that.
Yeah.
That's okay. A 13 is actually bad for like my history.
Yeah, you have a pretty high history, right?
Yeah. It was just a bad roll.
Okay. So 13 total?
Yeah. But I can make it better if I get more stuff from it, because I have a psychic thing.
I guess what I asked, did you have any books that you brought with you also? Any like topics that you were
I
studying
had,
on the road, or just
well,
picking up the
there
books?
is Fish is not going to die. There is a copy of Tusk Love in my backpack that I mysteriously found. I'm just gonna read that.
Got it. So you read that and you get this very, very detailed and sorted account of Oscar and Oscar and their secret rendezvous. You get into Tusk Love. And it's kind of funny. You pull it out first, and you're looking for an actual book, and you start reading through. And
hey, it's a book. I'm not here to judge. A book is a book.
Exactly.
I like to read. It's all good.
Yeah. So with that, you finish your watch, and can rest if you would like. And who was taking second watch? Oh, yeah. So you are wakened by the professor as he finishes up his reading for the night. Professor, are you telling her anything when you wake up? Or when you wake her up?
No, I think she wants to hear as little of me as possible. So I'm just gonna gently wake her up, and I won't even touch her. I'll use the psychic thing. I think I can do that. I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, I'll say that's fine.
And then she won't even see me. It's just I'm very cooperative.
You just hear very quietly in your head, hey, it's time for your watch. And you're looking
Just like that.
Yeah, the professor is already kind of in their bedroll. I wanted to say sleeping bag, but that's not the appropriate fantasy term. It's a bedroll.
I was just like laying down in a patch of grass, so like.
Oh, okay, good.
I'll then go up to, I don't know, somewhere, or I could just like get right up and sit where I was laying down, because I don't think we have like a sit room.
No, yeah, there's not like a perch or lookout or something.
Yeah. So I'm going to just kind of keep an eye out around, and I would like to do something I haven't done at all ever. I'm gonna pray.
Okay, very interesting. I would assume that it's the main god that you're praying to.
Yes.
Your main god you're praying to. Okay. What are you saying for this prayer? And then let's have a religion check to go with it.
I'm going to. Okay. So the gist of the prayer is basically like, I don't understand why you sent me on this journey. I thought I'd found like the reason you sent me, but now she's gone and I don't know what I'm doing. And I need to know if I'm doing the right thing. Because because I don't know if this is my purpose anymore. I'm very confused as to like how I should keep going.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a religion check on that.
Oh, 21.
21. Very nice. You look up to the moon here. Not Ruidus, Katha. The larger of the two. And you almost get lost in that large silvery orb in the sky. Just looking at it, you kind of let the light of it fade in to the stars around it. And as you look, you almost start to see, as you speak out to the Moonweaver, to pray to ask for guidance. And you almost see, in the kind of merging of light looking up, an arrow above and below the moon. And you recognize this as almost a physical manifestation of the symbol of the Moonweaver. You're not sure where the light is coming from. Well, you're not sure physically where the light's coming from, but you do know where the light is coming from. And the response is a very soft voice, very comforting, almost like a parent laying their hand on your shoulder and coming to sit down to talk to you. What is it that you're passionate about, Udia?
Keeping the world safe. Keeping my people safe.
And why are you passionate about this? Where is the love in your heart coming from? The love of others, the desire to protect them.
I never knew the world was this bad. I don't want any of them to know it's this bad.
You must find the good within the bad, Udia. This world has love along with the fear. I am a goddess of love, and you have chosen to be one who takes that love and uses it to fuel herself and the magic that she uses to affect the world. It is impossible to protect the whole world, Udia. But the world doesn't need protecting. It needs love. That is the only thing that will stop the suffering.
I don't know. I don't know how to show people that I love them.
It sounds to me like you show them by protecting them. You only have to be you, Udia. But allow yourself to be you. Show yourself to the world. Show your love to the world. Unabashedly and unbridled.
But what if I failed?
Then I will be here to help you get back up. Failing does not mean that the journey is over. Failing just shows that you're trying. You cannot fail without having tried first. And in the end, when there are no more successes or failures to be had, then you can join me. You can join the rest of the world in balance and peace and love and rest. You have so much to offer the world, Udia, if you only allow yourself to do it.
Why me?
Because you chose this path? Because your passions are to protect others? Your heart calls you to it, Udia. Because you have the strength needed when others do not. And I will be here to offer my strength when I can. Forge new memories. Forge new experiences. Udia. Walk unbridled and untethered into this world. Spread my love, and the world will fill yours as well.
I understand.
And she doesn't say anything else unless you ask.
No.
But the presence doesn't leave either. You feel it stay. As if the Moonweaver herself was sitting next to you for the evening, offering comfort in her presence. You feel safe for the night. Despite everything going on around you, despite what just happened to some of your friends, you feel safe for the night. And as the sun rises and you look up and you see Katha start to fade, you hear her voice in your head. I'm always here for you, child. You are love. Never forget it. With a warm breeze, the presence leaves the camp for the night. But you still feel it. Not as kind of physically there. But if you look to your shield, you almost look like you can see moonlight glowing off of it for a few minutes. The sun comes up. Cold, a biting cold, with moisture in the air. It doesn't bother you. The moisture itself is almost a bit refreshing. And the final parting gift from your time with her in the evening. And that everybody can mark their long rest. And Udia, your fellow party members wake up around you. Oddly enough, there's a large fish in a hole about 10 feet away.
Is the fish dead?
Yeah, the fish is totally dead.
Oh,
What happened here?
Well, we might as well eat it.
I'll take out the fish and like stick my finger in the water and like taste it. Is it fresh water?
Yes.
Who put the sturgeon in fresh water?
Well, I guess we can build a fire now. Cook it or have some sushi.
I'll go fillet the sturgeon.
Okay, got it.
Don't waste it. It's good food.
Yeah, I
Now,
know. food.
I will clarify. I do know in real life sturgeon are freshwater fish, but I'm going. My fish knowledge doesn't perfectly translate over to D&D incredibly
Let's
well.
call
So,
it a salmon. Let's call it.
well, those could be freshwater too.
You said that with such confidence.
I know, I did. I know. A saltwater sturgeon. There it is. It's a saltwater sturgeon.
It's an ahi tuna.
Yeah.
It's a giant fucking tuna. Where did this fish come from?
I don't know. I asked Al if he saw anything overnight. Did you see anything?
That's right. He was helpful.
I was totally gonna
Yeah, Al kind of gives just like a mental nudge that causes Winnie to look over at the professor.
Professor? Did you go fishing overnight?
No, I just did some reading. I didn't do anything else.
I think the fish has something to say about that.
It doesn't look like it. It looks pretty dead.
Insight check.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Professor, go ahead and roll a deception check, and Winnie, go ahead and roll an insight check.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Dirty
You ready for
20.
this?
A 5. Oh yeah, the professor's obviously.
So Winnie just looks at Al, puts her hands on her hips, and looks at Professor. Al doesn't lie, Professor, but I think maybe you are. Where'd the fish come from? Where'd the fish?
All right, look. In my younger years, I was a very good fisherman.
Mhm.
That's it. I just wanted to tell you that.
Okay.
I hope you know that I am filleting a fish with like a sharp object.
Well, I guess if you don't want to tell us where you got the fish, you don't have to. But thank you for getting breakfast.
No comment. My face in a book. Shield it. No one can see me.
I mean, when he doesn't, showing up with a fish isn't nefarious, although does she see any bodies of water? Like, she has the map. Are there any bodies of water on this map?
No, yes, there are bodies of water on the map. If you look, especially up to the north. Let me get my maps up here so I can turn the right stuff. Up to the north. Of course, it doesn't show the name on there. Above the Zemni Fields, you're looking at the frigid depths. So you can see that on the map. But we're talking like, days away. When you guys travel, you will be able to see the ocean, but not be all the way there. The closest thing, there are some lakes in the area, but nothing that's close enough that would make you think, oh yeah, this is where that fish is from. I would say your map, the Erdalok, up by the Probo Wilderness, south of where you guys are at, the Unterlock, the Kaltenlock, a little farther north, feeding into the frigid depths.
I would just like to say, canonically, you've made sturgeon saltwater fish, so they can only come from the ocean.
No, saltwater sturgeons.
Well, you could. Okay, I guess you can have a saltwater lake. I don't know.
But I would say, yeah, the closest saltwater is the frigid depths. You guys are, quite a ways from there.
When he just kind of looks at the map, and she only is familiar with kind of the river fish in the creeks, so just scratches her head, looks at the map, kind of shoots the professor a look, and puts the map away. And, all right, come on, Al. You want some fish?
Owl, just as a little spider goes and takes off just the miniest little crumb.
I finished filleting the fish, and I'm just like, the person that you're disappointing isn't me at this point. It's Winnie, and that's the heartbreak waiting to happen right there. The big owl bear eyes, or big buck bear eyes, they'll just get you right here.
Yeah, but she'll eat some of the fish. She won't. Oh, Uria, did you get to spend some time with Frostbringer? Do you like it?
She did. I didn't.
Yeah, we could say you attuned to it during that time, sure.
Okay.
And you can actually add Frostbringer to your inventory, yeah, as well in D&D Beyond.
Well, is it already there? I was trying to find it.
It's not already in your inventory now.
I was saying if it's already in D&D.
It's in mine.
Oh yes, it is in D&D Beyond. Yes.
I'll take it out of my inventory. And then you notice the first thing when he does when she wakes up is she consults her texts and looks through her spells and does some muttering and some motions and goes, "Okay, Uria, I'm ready. I can complement with cold. I can do that."
You hit a target using. Okay, it is versatile. Okay. Well, you hold a sword. Whoa!
So you do like it.
Oh, I do like it.
I'm glad.
Thank you, Whitney.
Okay. Anything else anybody wanted to do this morning before heading out for the second day of travel? I would also say that the natural 20 from yesterday cut a little bit of time off. You guys found a good route. There was no issues. And so I would say after the second day of travel, we'll not need a third full day at this point. You can get there probably about halfway, 2/3 through the day without having to get there at night.
I don't know. I give them to him. It's his choice.
Yeah, that would be a question for the professor. Professor, did you just leave the bracers in your bag for the evening? Or are they still there?
Yeah, they're still in the bag.
Okay, got it. Okay. Well, then, after a night of rest and a little bit of communing with some deities, I think that's probably a good point for us to take our break today. We've got 4:53 Pacific time now, so let's do 5:09 Pacific time. So 8:09 if you're Eastern. But we will be back in about 15 minutes or so, and we will continue the next day of travel from there. See you in a bit.
Alexander Nogtev, the first commander of the camp, welcomes the newcomer. Let all the rights he has had. Here, tomorrow.
Step to the left or the right will be deemed Sanctums.
The lefty rule means that absolute arbitrariness is controlled. The punishments that will be inflicted since its prison are only to Sanctum. At the center of the circle of points whom Sanctums represent lies Mount City, and on top of it the Church of the Most Ascension, a place the prisoners call Sanctums. It is there disciplinary and isolation chains where executions are carried out. The victims are attached to a heavy weight and thrown off the top of 375 steps to the base. The watchmen are usually former criminals and display unrestricted violence. Women represent about 10% of the prisoners, but their fate is particularly awful. In a world without any rights, they are but sexual slaves for the prison guards. As the months go by, new inmates keep coming to the Spies camps. There were around 200 in 1923, but 3 years later, as the repression against anyone not fitting the Bolshevik model harms, there are almost 20,000.
Not quite the vibe we're looking for here. Here we go. All right, do we have everyone back?
I'm here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Man, I was going to get those bracers from the professor too.
And how about Elizabeth? You back?
Sorry, I don't think I was loud enough. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Okay, so we come back in here. We're obviously without the professor, but we'll say that he would still be with the group. But that takes us to our second day of travel after finishing up some saltwater sturgeon that was cooked in the camp there. The party heads out on their second day of travel here. Who would like to roll to see how the second day of travel goes?
I already did. I got an 18.
An 18. Okay. Got it. All right. 18. Okay. All right. Let me check something here. All right. Okay. So another day of fairly quick travel. Another clear day. No clouds in the sky. A little cold to start, but it warms up quick enough as the group travels through the Zimni fields here. Let's see. What's the marching order today?
Well, I've got the map, so I'll go in front if you want.
Okay. Okay, got it. Real interesting thing for you, Winnie. You do notice, and everybody can see it pretty quickly. It's not like there's a huge difference in the when everybody sees it. But Winnie, you start to see funny little mushrooms that are popping up here. Odd time of year for it to happen. It's a little cold, but you start to see little mushrooms pop up as you travel another hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. They get a little more frequent.
I wonder what these are. I will look at one and see if I can tell what it is.
Sure, absolutely. You pick it up. Go ahead and make a nature check.
17.
17, pretty good. You're kind of looking at the mushroom, kind of thinking about what it might be. What is this mushroom? What could it be? What is this? And then you think, oh, it looks kind of like this species of mushroom, but a little more. Feels like there's just a little more energy to it. It's just kind of like a regular, like a Rosala mushroom. And as you're thinking about, oh, that's it. It's the Rosala mushrooms. Everybody hears in their head, oh, it's the masala or the Rosala mushrooms. And you all kind of look. The professor. Oh no, I didn't do my psychic link.
What does Winnie know about Rosala mushrooms?
Normally they're just kind of just a hardy mushroom. They aren't poisonous that you know of. With a 17, they could be cooked, but they're not very flavorful. Besides that, there's nothing. It seems like that would indicate, any kind of.
They
additional
allowed other people to hear my thoughts.
Yeah. And as you're thinking this through, you kind of are finding yourself. It's not necessarily that they can, it's not like necessarily a psychic connection, but it's almost as if you were saying the words, very similar to the professor's psychic or telepathic connection.
And that didn't happen until I picked one up.
Hard to tell, actually. Did that? Nobody else heard anything till you picked one up, but you're not sure if that had been in effect earlier.
What do you guys think? These mushrooms are weird. They're letting us hear each other in our minds. Think something and see if it works the other way.
Professor Mayfield is annoying.
And everybody hears in their head, Professor Mayfield is annoying.
Wonderful.
Not sure what to make of these. I will gather a bunch and put them in a sack.
Sure, absolutely.
Could be useful if this is something we can transport, in effect.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll. I mean, they're everywhere. I would say you could gather a lot if you wanted to. You could. Yeah, it's up to you how much you'd like to grab.
I guess I will gather a moderate amount.
Okay, got it.
Are the mushrooms like is it like a general area, or are they just everywhere?
It's kind of they're generally spread out, but it does almost look like there is a concentration of them in a direction. Like if you're coming from the direction where the group was, there's less, and as you are moving right now, you're currently moving northwestish. As you move up, it is getting denser and looks like especially west.
Is that the way we're headed?
More north. You're kind of headed at like a northwest, not full all the way northwest. It's more like northwest.
I guess I'm going to sit down, take 10 minutes, and cast Identify.
While she's doing that,
Super intriguing.
I'm going to, not really like I want to like investigate the forest floor to see like if there's like a different soil composition or something that is causing these mushrooms to grow here when they really shouldn't be.
Sure. I would say go ahead and roll a nature check. Winnie, go ahead and you're doing Identify, so that'll just take the time.
All right, 22.
22. You kind of get the vibe. You look at this this soil here. You kind of almost get the vibe that there really shouldn't be mushrooms growing here. It's not a very natural way for them to, or not a very natural soil for them to grow in. You certainly could do it, but it doesn't seem to be ideal conditions overall.
Like from what I'm looking at, the mushroom patterns, are they growing on specific spots, like on fallen trees or under rocks, or are they just like on the floor?
Just on the floor. It doesn't seem to be around specific features. Yeah. And Winnie, after you spend your 10 minutes doing your Identify ritual, you do get the sense that there is a magical source for these, and that they have a magical effect of creating a telepathic link. But you kind of get the sense that you don't have like a specific like identification of them. These are Rosala mushrooms that have some kind of spore in them that cause a telepathic link to occur.
And do I have any sense, like, if that's an ongoing property, or how many mushrooms might be needed? Or
I would say that you're able to tell that there is some level of like a natural conjuration magic involved. It looks like something that might have been crafted by like a spore druid, we'll say, with you using Identify.
Unnatural conjuration. Unnatural.
No, natural conjuration.
Natural conjuration.
Natural conjuration magic.
Huh. So somebody may have created these, but I'm not sure for what purpose. Huh. Well, we've got some, and let's see. I mean, it is handy for us to be able to talk, and now she's talking just with her mind. It is handy for us to be able to talk. I don't know who else can hear us, though. When he tries to listen to hear anybody else, like not in our group.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a perception check. 14. You do hear a slight whisper. Invaders. Invaders.
Invaders. Oops. Are they talking about us? Does it seem to be coming from the mushrooms?
Hard to tell. As you look around here, you do see that there are a variety of sizes of mushroom. Some of them are rather small. Others are a little bit bigger, though. Some even up to a couple feet across.
Oh. Guess I'll go up to one of the big ones and think at it. We mean no harm. Just passing through.
As you get closer to one of the big ones, you hear, invaders, invaders, invaders. And as you say that, it starts to rise up out of the ground.
Oh, bother.
And push up to almost have this trunk-like appearance. And what was a couple feet across is much taller as it starts to stand up in front of you. And you look around now and see 3 large, almost looking like hats of these creatures popping up with very wide trunk-like bases. And then 2 that are smaller, maybe a foot across overall, but they rise up. And as they do, you start to see they move their arm, or what looks like an arm, up with some kind of jagged fungal sword that they are holding in their hands. I think that's a good time to get initiative going.
I'm gonna give myself advantage.
Oh, with inspiration?
No. Vigilant blessing.
Okay, got it. Okay, so
Damn, Winnie.
Yeah, now that's an initiative roll.
Holy shit. I want that initiative.
all right. Oh wow, 29 is insane.
Yeah, it's that gift of alacrity.
That's so good. Okay, Udia, how about you?
16.
16. Okay. And then Gloria.
9.
9. All right. Okay. All right. Well, Winnie, you're definitely first.
They're surrounding us.
Yeah, they have kind of risen up around the group here. Some of the mushrooms that were a part of this little area right here happen to have myconid bodies attached to them.
Ugh. There's 3 big ones and 2 smaller ones.
Correct. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I hate going first. Why did I build a character?
I even gave myself advantage, and like,
What do I have? I don't have any third level spells yet. Yikes.
Oh, that's right, because you multi-classed.
Yeah, slow would be money right now, but it's not.
I feel you, girl.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Let me see. Web is 20-foot cube. Can I get at least two of them? Because I'm marking on the screen. Can I get the two kind of at the bottom in a web?
Those two?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's going to be a dexterity saving throw, correct?
it is.
Okay, so we'll go for the skinny one first. That is a total of... There. That is a total of dirty 20 for the slasher. The totem next. That one is a little less dex. Oh, a lot less dexterous. That one is a 9.
Okay.
So that one will fail.
Is restrained.
Okay. So I don't think the ring will fit around it all the way, but that will be restrained. Halo restrained. And it's difficult terrain, if I remember correctly, also?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Mm-hmm. Okay. You cast web, and as you cast the spell, this sticky webbing goes out and spreads across this totem-looking one, but the other one is able to kind of step out of the way and dodge the spell. Any movement, bonus action, or free action?
I think I'm going to just stand pat.
Okay. Got it. All right. Then next we have Udia.
All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. My fish.
The fish.
Bonus action, spiritual weapon.
The fish. Let's use... I don't have that yet, but I do have... All right. This will be our fish. Where do you want to cast it?
Wait, let me double check. Range is 60 feet. Is Gloriel directly behind? Like, which one is Gloriel? Which one is Udia?
Gloriel, Winnie, and you.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast that spiritual weapon at the one directly in front of Winnie.
Okay. There.
Right there. And I'm going to use my movement to how far away are the two that she cast web at?
From you, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 to the slasher. 5, 10, 15, 20 to the totem.
Oh, I want to get to... Okay. What about that spot kind of between the two of them?
If you were to go, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, 25, that one right there, you could go 30 feet and get either of them.
All right. So, yeah.
Go that way.
Yeah. So, let me go get in 30 feet. And is that 30 feet or is the one in front of it?
The one in front would be 30.
Yeah. All right. And then since the other one is restrained, I'm going to leave it there for a minute.
Okay.
I'm going to turn to the other one. And I'm going to just stab at it with my present.
Okay. Go ahead and swing that new sword.
Okay. Okay. Motherfucker. It's a 9.
A 9 is unfortunately going to miss. You bring your sword down, and pretty deftly themselves, they have their fungal-looking sword that they bring up, and you don't really expect it. And because of that, they're able to block and kind of push down the swipe of the sword.
I'm done rolling in D&D Beyond. That place hates me.
All right. Anything else for your turn?
The spiritual weapon needs to attack.
Okay.
Okay. 18.
18 will hit.
Okay. That's good. I'm trying to find my dice. They're all over the place. Okay. Spiritual weapons, 1d8 plus 3. Max damage, 11 points of radiant damage.
Nice. Okay, the what type of fish is it today?
In Professor's on it is going to be a saltwater sturgeon.
Saltwater sturgeon it is. Very cool. All right. So the familiar visage of a saltwater sturgeon comes up and slams against the slasher over there that is in front of. All right. Anything else for your turn?
Nope.
Okay. It takes the hit and kind of has to get itself to balance. It looked like it was a pretty good hit. It seems like as the fish hit it, it kind of knocked off a chunk of the mushroom stalk, if you will, of the body of it. All right. So it is going to be the totems next. And we need to... You get a save from Web each turn, or is it just last for the duration?
I think you get a save. It is, I want to say it's a strength save to get out.
Oh, you know what? I remember from last time, actually. It is use their action.
It does use their action.
Yeah, it does use their action.
Strength save against the DC.
Okay, got it. So, the first one is going to move here. It is going to go up 5, 10, 15, 20 feet in front of Gloriel. And it is going to use its Terror Spores ability on Gloriel. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. A 10. A 10 is unfortunately a failure. You are now frightened of all of the myconids on the field. And you are...
I have never used an inspiration. Could I use an inspiration on that?
Yes, go for it. Absolutely. I let inspiration be used as luck, so absolutely.
Okay, that's 19.
19 is a save. Okay, got it. So you are not frightened and incapacitated while you hallucinate for the next turn. Which is good for you.
Very much so.
All right. So that one, it's going to be its turn. This one is going to be this way. 20. Yeah, it's going to use its, let's see, dash. And get it the rest of this way. So no attack from it. And the last one is going to try and... Actually, you know what? It's right there anyways. It is going to use the Pacifying Spores ability here on Udia. Udia, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. That is a 15.
A 15 is a save. You are not stunned from the Pacifying Spores. All right, so that is going to be all of them. Gloriel, you are up next. What would you like to do? You got one totem right in front of you, and the rest spread out across the field.
Okay, well, you sort of see the tension that's been building in Gloriel's face over the last couple of days just sort of drain as she goes into a very focused fury as she rages. Yeah, I would like to rage. Yeah. And then since the totem's right there, I'm just going to take 2 swings. Great weapon mastery for the first one. Let's see how that goes.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and roll that first one. See how it goes.
Oh, and I'm doing it recklessly.
Got it.
So that's a 20 minus 5, so 15 to hit.
That'll definitely hit, yeah. Go ahead and roll some damage on that.
So that's 12 slashing, 6 radiant, and then 10 from the Great Weapon Mastery. So 28.
28?
Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Gloriel, go ahead and flavor that fatality on this spore totem for me. Holy hell!
She's sort of, shaking her head from the spores that she just barely, waved off, and just takes it back and slams it into it as hard as she can.
And just slices this thing in half. And that spore totem is no more.
Okay, well, I think since I've not used my movement, I can get over to the slasher, right? By itself?
Let's see. The one over here with the spiritual weapon? That's
Yes.
10, 15, 20, 25 to get there.
Yep, okay, and I'll take my second attack on them. Great Weapon Mastery again.
Got it. Yeah, go ahead and roll that attack.
Oh, yeah, that's a 26 minus 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that one hits.
So 13 slashing plus the 10 Great Weapon Mastery, so 23 slashing.
23. That's nutso. All right. Okay, so with 23 damage, you kind of go over for the same thing here. Glorio's feeling like a little like a chef and trying to cut up some mushrooms. You go down and slice through, and you're kind of going for the same move this time, and it is able to kind of use its sword to stop the axe from going all the way through, but this thing looks really hurt.
That's okay. Wanted to keep it off of Winnie.
Got it. Anything else for you?
No, that should be it.
Okay, so it is the slasher's turn next. This one is going to move over just slightly here and is going to make its 2 attacks against Udia with advantage for flanking here on this one. All right, first one is going to be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, second one. That one is going to be a 16 to hit.
Meets. Yep.
Meets it? Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, oh, bother that one.
Oh, you want to bother that one? Colonel shift it?
Silvery barbs. I want a silvery barbs.
One of barbs. Okay, got it. That is down to 13 total.
Nope.
All right.
Yeah.
As this slasher goes in for an attack, as Udia gets surrounded by these myconids, you see a silver flash from Winnie's hand as it goes and distracts the myconid enough to stop the attack. And then, Winnie, who do you want to give advantage to?
I'll give it to Uria.
Got it.
Hell yeah.
You now have advantage. Second slasher is up next. It's going to take a swing down there at Gloriel for its 2 attacks. And those are going to be advantage also for Reckless. That one's going to be a 17 to hit.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. Yeah, that's my AC. Yeah.
That is? Okay, got it. Okay. All right. And then, so, second one. Second one is a natural 20.
Ooh, how unfortunate.
Oh, yeah, my reaction's gone. Sorry.
It's all good.
Good thing you're a barbarian.
Yeah.
All right.
Did
So
you
the
roll damage for my attack? For the one that hit?
yeah, it was 8, I believe. I did have damage marked on one of the slashes before Gloriel's attack, I believe.
Got it.
Okay. All right. So first attack is going to be 12 points of slashing damage reduced down to 6.
Okay.
And then the critical hit. 21 points of slashing damage reduced down to 10.
Okay.
As it goes in for 2 attacks.
I definitely felt that.
Okay, got it. All right. That takes us back to Winnie. You're up next. Udia, you are on deck.
Okay. Winnie is going to go ahead and cast Tasha's mind whip at the slasher next to Uriel.
Okay. Is that a save?
It's an intelligence save.
Oh.
17.
Okay, that one hasn't taken any hits yet. That's a 12. It's going to be a failure.
Okay, it's going to take some psychic. It takes 10 psychic damage,
Nice.
and it has some consequences. Next turn, it must choose. It gets a move, an action, or a bonus. Only one.
Okay. Got it. All right. Any movement or bonus action for you?
I think I don't have too many bonus. I think when he's just going to position herself a little bit more in the middle of, in between Uria and Uriel. Just keep an eye on everybody.
Kind of like right there.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right. Udia, you're up next.
All right.
It cannot take a reaction. So,
Okay, no reaction, and it has to choose one thing to do for the next one.
for what that's worth.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Okay. I am going to. So bonus action. My fish is the one by L'Oreal and the fish still alive.
Yes, it's really hurt. Gloriel took a huge chunk out of it. But
All right, the fish is gonna go ahead, bitch slap this thing. It's gonna be 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
For for 7 points of
7 points. Go ahead and flavor that fish fatality for me.
it's just gonna kind of like, okay, so hear me out. So it's going to kind of like slap the mushroom and kind of like just roll in the mushroom and get seasoned by the mushroom and just pretend to be like like a fish with mushrooms.
Okay, got it. We got a little bit of aggressive cuisine happening here at this point as the fish just slams down into it, kind of like breaks it like a mushroom. Like you take a mushroom and break it apart with your hands. That happens with this slasher, and the fish just kind of flops around in it, seasoning itself.
Yeah, and the seasoned fish will now move towards me.
Okay, got it.
I think it's 20. It can move towards me 20 feet. Okay. So
5, 10, 15. You can get behind Winnie for that.
Perfect.
All right. Anything else?
Yes. Decisions need to be made. All right. I'm not gonna go risky yet. I'm going to attack the slasher.
Okay.
Right. That's the one that's flanking with the one that's.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the one that's flanking and attacking.
Yes. So the slasher is going to be the one that takes this sword to the face.
Okay.
And that's going to be a natural 20.
Nice. Very, very nice.
Finally. Because I've been rolling like ass today. So that's. So does the cold damage also get doubled or no?
Yes.
Okay.
All the damage dice.
All the damage. Eight. That's 18 points. So, okay. Does it matter which is cold and which is not?
Not in this case. No.
Okay. So it'll be 18 points of damage on this slasher.
Okay, got it. Okay, so You swing down with Frostbringer, and they bring up their sword to block it. But you take it, and the cold almost creates like this heat effect that damages this fungal sword as it's pushing through and pushes through the sword, and you kind of see it like healing itself as it does. It's this weird fungal mutation thing, but it actually goes through it and slices into the body of this thing, and you see ice crystals forming on the cut as it goes through, and it's looking real hard.
That's it for me because I'm not taking opportunity attacks trying to move out. So
Okay, got it. All right, totems are up next. All right, let's see what we got here. So this one is going to move up, given how things are playing out. 5, 10, and 20, and it's going to move up to Winnie.
He just looks over her shoulder.
And Winnie, it is going to use let's see here. For you, it's going to use the hallucination spores. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
One save. All right. 23.
23. Easy enough. You feel kind of this odd magical effect coming over you. Or at first it kind of feels magical. You're not sure if how much magic and natural magic is tied in here, like arcane magic versus natural magic. But you're able to kind of shake your head, shake it off, and you are not blinded for a minute.
Excuse me, sir. I would just like to use my attack of opportunity.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and roll that attack of opportunity.
That is a 19 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Definitely hits.
Heal. Okay. That is 4 plus 5, 9 plus 3. That's 12 points of damage.
Nice. Okay, so that one has now taken some hits. So Winnie, by the time it gets to you, it has been damaged already and has kind of some of those frost crystals hanging off of it. But you are able to kind of shake off the effect, and you grab a part of your cloak and put it over your face to stop the spores. And then the one next to Udia is going to go again. It's restrained, but it's still just going to stay there. Going to try pacifying spores on Udia again. Go ahead and roll that Constitution saving throw.
$15.
A 15 saves. Yeah, 15 saves.
Awesome.
So you avoid being stunned on this round. Gloriel, you're up next.
Okay, so the first thing I do is I look at my axe, which I assume is covered with like a fungal mucus of some sort.
That's the best way to describe it. A fungal mucus. Yep.
And I look up at the fish, and I just kind of shake my head. The fish didn't like, the axe couldn't. And then she turns around and runs towards the one that's next to Winnie. And as she sort of runs around, she's going to try to get into flanking position. But she's got her axe out, and she's going to run the head of the axe like around the outside. And then when she gets in position, she'll, reach out in front and try to yank back to like decapitate it.
Ooh, very nice. I like it. Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack on that one.
Recklessly, of course.
Of course.
I didn't say it was using the Great Weapon Mastery, so it's just 27 to hit.
27 absolutely hits.
It's not going to be as impressive a damage roll, but that's okay. 10 slashing, 4 radiant damage.
14? Oh, that's the number you needed to tell me.
Alrighty, yes.
Yeah, flavor that fatality. 14 was exactly how many I had left.
Well, I mean, I told you what I was doing, so yeah, I'll reach around and I yank back, and I guess the radiance is going to flash as I do that, and it's just gonna go head's gonna go tumbling off.
Awesome. Very cool. Love that flavor. And yeah, you're right. You already described it. So it successfully happens. It just poof, cuts off the top of it as the kind of the head of the mushroom falls off, and you guys have the makings of a really good dish going here. I feel like.
And I have 40 feet of movement, so I should have a fair bit of movement left. I don't think it's enough to get down to the other two.
Don't think it was quite enough. Yeah, it was 25 to get you there.
Yeah.
So 30, 35, 40 puts you just out of range.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, thanks. I'm done.
Sure. Cool. All right. All right, so we're back to the top here. Oh, no. Sorry, not to the top. We got the slasher. All right, so the slasher is going to maintain its flanking position here and keep going with Uriah. I think it is best strategic move for it to make. First one's an 18 to hit. Was an 18 hit against Udia on that one? Yeah. Okay. All right. Second one is a initial 19 for 25.
I will silvery barbs that one.
Silvery barbs that one. All right. Let's see here. So that's only one less on the roll, so it's 24 total. So that is still going to be a hit, but you do get to throw out some advantage.
I will give it to Uriah.
Okay. All right, so the first attack is going to be 10 points of slashing damage. Second attack is going to be 8 points of slashing damage.
I'm still here, bitches.
Whew, okay. Staying up. That is going to be the end of round 2. That takes us to the top. Winnie, what are you doing?
Good Lord. I prefer my mushrooms cooked. She's going to cast Firebolt at the slasher.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack on that.
28.
28 absolutely hits. I'm surprised that's not a natural 20 being that high.
Me too. I feel like it should have been, but it wasn't. 10 points of fire damage.
10 points of fire damage as it takes 2 slashes and hits Udia, damaging her very, very critically. Not a critical hit, but damaging her in a very dangerous way here. Flavor that fatality for me.
Oh, so it sizzles and sautés and cooks down.
You're sweating that mushroom.
Yeah.
Got it. And it slowly just kind of gets all its moisture out onto the ground and then hits the ground and slowly soaks it back up for the flavor. All right. So both the slashes are gone. Winnie, do you have anything else for your turn?
I think I guess I'm gonna just run up. I see Uriah is not looking very good, so I guess I'm just gonna run up and get in the mix.
Okay.
Just try to. I get to put myself between her and the last mushroom. I don't know.
You can get like up next to her. You can't quite get between.
How about you flank the mushroom so I can fuck it up?
Well, it is restrained, right? So you should have advantage anyways. I think.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have advantage from silvery barbs anyway.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, when he's trying to get in between the mushroom and you.
Yeah, I stab you the mushroom.
All right. And there is the web on the ground too, so it is a bit sticky as you do.
Yeah, it's difficult terrain.
Okay. All right. Anything else for Minnie?
That's it.
All right, Udia, you're up next.
All right, pan-fried fish is gonna make the trek to the mushroom.
Okay.
Is it gonna make it? Is the question.
Let's see, 5, 10. Let's see what's here. 5. Oh yeah, I can get there.
All right, so this is gonna be complex, but I'm going to. So both of our attacks are gonna have advantage because the mushrooms restrain, and I have the silver barbs advantage. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, so the fish is gonna go first, and that is gonna be 15.
Yeah, 15 hits.
Alrighty. For 6 points of damage.
Okay, you said you went the fish first. You kind of have it slam against the side, and it doesn't like cut through or anything like that, but it does like push off, like a piece of this mushroom has been broken off.
All right. And the fish is gonna now use it as further decoration for the platter that it is in. And the other one is gonna be a 25.
Oh yeah, 25 definitely hits.
Okay. For 16 points of damage.
Oh, very nice. Let's see here. All right. It is still standing, but just barely. A strong breeze would knock over this totem.
That's it. That's all I have.
Okay. Super, 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 super close. All right. The totem is going to go next. It doesn't have a lot it can do. And when he's right there, too, it's got 3 people, and using its action to break free isn't going to do anything for it. So it is going to just kind of use its natural defensive ability, and it is going to try and do this time the terror spores. And Winnie, you ran up close, so it's going to try it on you this time.
Okay. What kind of save is that?
That is a Constitution saving throw. Sorry.
Constitutions. 24.
24 saves for days here, as that does not take hold. Gloriel, you are up next.
I like cuisine. Run up and take a slash.
You definitely have enough movement to get flanking too, if you'd like.
Not even gonna bother with the great weapon mastery.
Yeah.
That's a natural 20.
All right. Hey, if you want to roll some damage to see how much it is, please do. But otherwise, flavor that fatality for me.
Actually, not that much. That was a fairly poor damage roll, so only 23 damage.
Okay. But to say only 23 damage.
Oh, I know. I'm being as far out.
Awesome. And with that, the final spore totem is minced. All right.
I am going to take 10 minutes to prayer of healing anybody who would like to, but mostly myself.
All right. Hey, there's that cleric stuff coming
Yeah, I'll get in on that.
Winnie doesn't have a scratch.
That, I think, got a little close for Udio there, right?
I had 2 hit points left.
Yeah, the person with the lowest AC and fewest hit points gets right in the mix.
All right, let's change the 5.
Yeah, so that's 14 points of healing to whoever would like it.
That does nearly put me back up to full.
Not me, I took a beating.
Yeah, maybe you should stand behind me a little more often.
Listen, up until like Woody is dealing with some existential crises right now. Up until like a couple of days ago, she was the party tank. She wore full heavy armor. She took hits for days, and now it's like, no, you don't do that anymore, girlfriend, because you also switched out your armor. Your AC is lower than it used to be. Maybe we should reconsider some choices that we made.
Oh no. You lost your armor in that debacle?
No, I purposefully switched her armor. She's now wearing leather armor, so it's lower than it used to
Oh,
be.
All right. Well, after 10 minutes of a prayer of healing from Udia, everybody gets the feeling, or I guess I should say Gloriel, because you're the one who took healing as well. But Udia and Gloriel, you get the feeling of moonlight washing over you. Even though it's the middle of the day, you almost feel like you can look up and see Katha up in the sky, and you are healed. For the appropriate amount that was listed. All right. There's quite a bit of a mushroom mucus, a myconid mucus here, a fungal mucus that has kind of spread out over the ground with these dead myconids. But you are successful in your combat against them. What would you like to do? Would you like to do anything else here while you're in this spot, or just continue on with your travels?
I kind of feel like we should move on before more of those guys show up, but you guys are much better with nature than I am, so if you have other ideas, I'm for a barbarian, I'm surprisingly a city girl.
yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, do I see any more big mushrooms around?
Can I go dissect some mushrooms?
Yeah, you can dissect some mushrooms, sure. Yeah. Winnie, you don't see any of the bigger ones around. There are quite a few of the Rosalas, but as far as the ones that kind of came up out of the ground, there doesn't seem to be any more that you can tell. I'd say roll a perception check.
16.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a couple 100 feet away, there are one or two that looked like the totems, but nothing in the immediate vicinity. It looks like they're a little bit spread out.
Yeah, I think L'Oreal's right. We don't want to stay here too long, or certainly we don't. We need to get out of the mushrooms.
Yeah, I just want to like look at the mushroom, like the big mushroom bodies. Kind of like get a feel for them,
Sure. Yeah,
like what they
absolutely.
are and stuff like that, and then
Yeah.
collect some samples.
Okay, for sure. Go ahead and roll a nature check to get the informational part of that out of the way.
14.
A 14? Okay. So just kind of in looking at these, there's a couple things that you get the sense of. With a 14, you are able to kind of remember enough about myconid anatomy from your time with Ishari and just kind of learning about different things in nature that that naturally they typically have an aversion to sunlight. These, however, seem to have developed almost like a bark-like exterior on the top of the mushroom that seems to block them. As they're sitting here in the sun, it almost looks like there's a little bit of steam coming off of the parts that weren't covered by shade that they had kind of protected themselves with. Beyond that, some of the spores that it was releasing, you can see almost like different little fungal membranes that are holding some of the spores. If you wanted to try and collect some of the spores, you could do so with a high enough check.
Yes.
But it would put you at risk for the effects of.
I have respirators.
Oh, you guys bought those blue moss masks, huh? Okay.
I put on a respirator.
So donning the blue moss mask bought from the Weeping Skeleton, I believe.
Yes.
You are able to well, still give me a dex check just to make sure that it stays intact.
Yeah, and I'll kind of tell Winnie and Gloriel and the professor to put their masks on because I handed everybody their masks
Okay, got it.
just in case. You said Dex, right?
Yeah.
16.
A 16. Okay. And then let me roll this. Okay. So you are able to collect a vial of pacifying spores.
One vial?
Let's see. With the 16, I would say 2 vials.
Two
Specifically of the pacifying spores.
2 vials of pacifying.
And you can use that. You can throw the vial, but you'd have to roll a check, kind of like Alchemist Fire. But you can throw that, or if somebody's next to you, you can release it into their face if they're within 5 feet. But you get the effects of the pacifying spores. They have to roll a DC 12 con saving throw or be stunned for 1 minute. But the target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns. But you have 2 vials of pacifying spores.
Okay. Well, I think we should continue on and get out of these mushrooms and continue on. We have a cave to explore.
Okay. So the party heads out from this area of fungal growth. And as you travel north, once you hit a certain point, it does seem that they start to get less frequent again. And the psychic connection keeps up through the entirety of this day of travel until you get to a point where you are past the mushrooms. And once you get past the mushrooms, it's not very much farther that the psychic link seems to stop. It does seem related to the mushrooms that were growing, the Rosella mushrooms.
Okay. I take out the bag of mushrooms I have, and it's not. If I open the bag.
If you open the bag and you kind of like get a little bit of the spores out of the bag and spread them out to the group, it comes back. But what I'll say is for each mushroom you collected, that is one use for 10 minutes of telepathic link between anybody in a 30-foot area.
Okay, let's just put this away for later. I have a bag with a moderate amount, so
yeah,
it can tell me what I have, and each mushroom will give me a telepathic link. Or
what I'd say is anybody can use one, but it would give you a telepathic link with anybody within 30 feet of you, however many people you would like. Actually, I would say not even. It's not a choice. It's the 30 feet around you gets the telepathic link.
All right. Well, I guess I'll give some to everybody. Just say keep hold of these in case we need them.
And you kind of get the sense that, especially as a tinkerer and somebody who works on new things often, that you kind of get a little bit of a idea. Hey, this is very similar to the professor's ability. Perhaps this can be used in a way to enhance that.
Or maybe we could put the spores in Uria's spritzer and spray them out everywhere.
Now you're thinking like an artificer. Okay. So after the group passes the edge of the mushrooms, you're able to, or rather the night hits. You see Katha and Rudis. You see a little bit of clouds in the sky tonight, which means not as bright of a night, but a little bit of a warmer night, which is nice. How would you, we're just kind of camping out like we did the night before?
Yeah, unless anybody's got a tent.
Okay, got it.
I'll set up the alarm and ask Owl to, find a nearby tree or something and help keep watch. And I don't mind taking the first watch.
I can take a watch.
Okay. So we have Winnie doing first watch, Gloriel doing second watch.
If we need
So-
a third watch, I'll do third watch, but I don't know if we need it.
Okay.
Can I try to take the bracers out of the professor's bag while he's sleeping, or does he need to be here for that?
I would say go ahead and roll a stealth check, or I'll let you roll either general stealth or sleight of hand on that,
They're the same.
and I will bring up
Crummy.
the passive anyways. What his passive is.
All right. Well, that's a 15, so I probably didn't make it.
Beat it by 1.
Oh, I did.
Beat it by 1.
All right. While I'm keeping watch, I'm gonna try to attune to those bracers.
Okay.
You see Winnie's eyes, kind of like as she's taking the bracers and starting to attune to them. I mean, everybody's asleep, so they don't see, but she gets these little dark flashes in her eyes. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. And as you grab them, you put them on, and you're just fully working to attune to them.
yeah.
Okay.
She's a wizard, man.
Yeah, and the artificer too is that.
Yeah, she's gonna. When she had already identified them,
Yeah. Okay.
so she knew they weren't harmful.
So as you grab them, you pull them quietly out of the professor's bag, and you kind of go back to where you were sitting to keep watch. And they feel like they did before. You can feel almost just raw magical energy in these. You look down. They have such interesting design, black and gold mostly, but with little specks that kind of look like the stars. And for a few moments, you get as you look down at the bracers, you get a few moments of clear sky as well. And you look up and see the stars in the sky. Look down back at the bracers. And you move to put them on. And as you do, your vision is almost pulled upwards. From the bottom of the ground, you look like your perspective is up above Winnie the Bugbear's body and pulled up into the sky. You start to look around, you start to feel around. There is just consciousness, though. There is no physical body. And you keep going and going and going and going and going. Until all of Exandria is just a dot. And you just float there. It's not cold, it's not warm. It just is. And then off in the distance, on the opposite side of where you'd look to see Exandria, to see your home, you see a bright star glimmer. Shine in an almost unnatural way, at least what you're used to for stars. You feel suspended, unable to move as you look at it. And then slowly, almost in the reverse of your perspective before, you start to float backwards towards Exandria, watching this gleaming star. You see the night sky turn back to what you recognize as you move closer and closer to the ground. And then your consciousness snaps back in to Winnie the Bugbear. And you look up in the sky. And you see that star. You kept your eyes on it all the way down. It's not nearly as bright from this perspective. But you see it. And you know as you look that that is the one that you saw. You, over the next hour, attune to the bracers of the cosmos. And you wear them with a confidence. It doesn't feel scary when you have these on. It doesn't feel nerve-wracking. You don't have that same anxiety anymore. And as you wear them, you know that these bracers have enhanced your abilities. You can use a charge in the bracers of the cosmos to double the amount of levels that you gain back from an arcane recovery. With your chronal shifts, you can use a charge of the bracers of the cosmos. And in addition to being able to cause a reroll, if you use a charge, you can decide to give advantage or disadvantage on the subsequent roll. You can also use a charge to double your intelligence modifier to your initiative rolls with your temporal awareness. And all at once, as soon as these gloves are attuned, you feel deep down the ties to your dunamancy, the ties to time. You are now feeling this power. Far away, you sense something else too. And you're not sure what, but something mentally pulls at your brain. You're now attuned to the bracers of the cosmos. And I will add that in D&D Beyond after the session.
Something pulling at my brain. Does any of this feel familiar?
Roll an Arcana check for me.
$25. That was a nat 20.
Nice. It does feel familiar, but in a distant way. Almost as if you're meeting a sibling of somebody that you've known all your life. You can't quite put your finger on it. They're so close to something that you do know. It does feel familiar, though. Like a dream of a dream. Like when you get deja vu. There's familiarity there. But you're not sure the context of it. And you also don't recognize these specifically. It's a familiarity to the energy that it encapsulates.
Interesting. So when he just whispers, "Apologies, Professor. These would have been wasted on you." And she kind of shakes herself and her eyes kind of come back to their normal color. She kind of looks at her arms. "Oh, well, that's something."
And as you kind of come to and look at your arms, you see almost like fireflies around the camp. Little bits of light. Like stars here in the camp. Just little tiny points. Over the next minute, they slowly fade away. Beyond the features listed, it does also grant you a +1 to your armor class. So you do feel a bit more protected as well.
Okay.
As you sit there considering your bracers and what they now can do, is there anything else you'd like to do on your watch? I'd actually say go ahead and roll a perception check. We got to do that.
7.
7. Okay. Off in the distance, you hear a loud howl of a wolf. Oh. That's it. Seems quiet, but your attention is elsewhere.
Yeah, she's distracted.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope. I've done enough damage for one shift.
Go over and wake up Gloriel. Gloriel, you wake up to a cold night. Stars sparingly in the sky, but still there. You can see your breath as you kind of bundle your cloak up over you. It's a little odd being here. Is there anything you'd like to do for your shift?
Not so much specific things, but I think I start the shift, walking around some, shivering a little with my coat that I refuse to get it. I said it would be just fine. I do think I eventually settle down though with my back up against the tree, keeping myself awake, but kind of letting some of the tension of the days go as she has some time to herself just to let some of the tension go.
Yeah. Gloriel, go ahead and roll a religion check for me.
16.
16, pretty good. Once you settle in again and start that relaxation, that easing of the tension, you see little lights. You wouldn't know it, but it was the same ones that Winnie saw. Same description. Like little fireflies. Not moving like a small insect would. Almost as if this small campsite has developed its own stars.
Huh. And I think that's about all her reaction is just, huh. And she'll stare at them for a while.
As you stare at them, it's kind of that situation where where you stare at something for too long, it kind of burns different colors in your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You look. You just offhandedly start to notice that there's not a natural movement, but there is a slow migration. And the longer you wait, the more they seem to form into a shape. As if the stars themselves were dots to be connected. You're not sure exactly how or why. There does seem to be a bit of geometric shaping to it now.
That doesn't seem natural.
Given your background, given your focus, just offhandedly, you decide to count them. 12 stars. And they stay that way until the sun starts to rise. And almost as if they had never been there, you look over at the light and look back, and they're gone. But you feel a presence. It's odd to you. Almost as if hearing from an old friend.
Okay. I mean, not knowing that Winnie had seen similar things, I think she would keep it to herself as a sort of a private communion.
Yeah, absolutely. Got it. And the sun rises, and everybody can mark a long rest. As the morning comes and the group can head out for their third day of travel. No fish this morning, but there's plenty of rations from the farm to eat if you would like. Anybody want to do anything here in the camp before you head out? Okay. So you head back on the
Do I notice that Winnie's wearing the braces?
Winnie, are you trying to hide that you're wearing the braces?
I don't think she is. I mean, I don't think I don't think she figures she could successfully hide the bracers. So I think she's not. She's just, I don't know. She's part not proud of herself, but in part like, oh, I did what I did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that'd be the answer. Yeah, you could definitely see him.
Yeah.
Okay. With Winnie looking down at the map, leading the way, who hasn't rolled a d20 yet for travel?
I haven't. I can do it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that d20.
That's a 5.
A 5, okay.
I should get out my real dice.
So the group travels here on this third day. And first thing noticed is that with about 2 hours of travel, it has moved into quite a bit of cold. You can see the mountains now as well. They are rising very quickly. You know that today will be the day that you reach the destination that is marked on the map. Up here in this area, while you're traveling, however, Winnie, you've got your face kind of down looking at the map, but Gloriel, you see probably about 300 yards away 2 wolves. One kind of gray furred, one with a more brown reddish fur. But you can see that the one with brown reddish fur is limping. And the gray furred one seems to be walking along with it in a slow pace.
Hey, where are you? You see those? You know about animals, right?
Yeah. Can I see them?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You see the same thing. Yeah. The one with the reddish brown fur is limping, and the gray one almost seems to, as you look, you can almost see like it's walking along with it. It seems to, in an odd way, be offering support. Maybe it's not like physical support, but it's certainly not leaving. It is staying very close to the other one.
How far away are they from us?
A couple hundred feet.
Okay. I'll ritually cast Speak with Animals on my way to like be about 30 feet from them, not too close. But just try to like get close enough where I can talk to them.
Yeah, easy enough. You get about 30 feet away. Are you trying to approach quietly and not and avoid notice, or how are you doing that?
No, I want to approach. I want them to know that I'm there and that I am approaching, but I want to approach in a like non-threatening way because I don't want to spook them or like startle them or anything like that, or like appear threatening in any way.
They do see you. When you get about 60 feet away, they then start moving a little bit quicker, and they keep that 60-foot pace or that 60-foot distance
Right.
with your pace. So as we move forward, they'll kind of try and keep that distance.
Okay, I'll stop and kind of just like shout, I guess, at them and just say, I just want to help. I just want to help.
I would say, as best as you can see, there is a confused look on their faces, and dogs have that look like that. They kind of do the head turn. Yep, yeah, they do the questioning head
I
turn.
have one looking at me right now.
Yeah, and they almost kind of give a look to each other, and go ahead and roll an animal handling check. Let's see how they feel about you.
Why I didn't get proficiency, Lord will never know. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Oh, very nice. Okay. So they do stop moving away. And they do allow you to get about 30 feet out without moving. Seems like you could approach even closer if you would like. They don't seem like they're ready to attack. But I will say the gray one does seem to be kind of giving like a big puffy chest stand up and is absolutely standing in front of the red brown one, kind of blocking them from you.
Okay, I am going to kind of find a dip in the in like the ground, like a pothole type of thing, and I'm going to use all my 3 free create a cup of water ability to create 3 cups of water and kind of fill it a little so that they can like drink water. And then as they do that, I'm just gonna sit on the ground.
Okay. All right. Gloriel and Winnie, are you guys doing anything while Uridia's doing this with the wolves?
I guess I would try to hang back and seem non-threatening. I don't know if I have anything that would be helpful. Probably staying out of her way is the most helpful thing Winnie can do.
Okay, got it. All right. Anything for Gloriel?
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, yeah, I'm with Winnie. Just staying out of the way, I think.
Okay, got it. Okay. You make the water, Udia, and the gray one comes up first and goes and stands in front of the water by about a foot towards you. Doesn't drink, but the red bound fur one does, and goes and starts to drink while the gray one watches. Drinks a very, very healthy amount of the water, but does leave some for the gray one. And the gray one kind of moves around to the other side so that it's still got its eyes on you while it's trying to drink. And goes down and finishes up the water that's in there and looks up. The gray one says in a feminine canine voice, "Who are you? Are you friend?"
I am friend. What happened to your friend?
Attacked by dead things that weren't dead.
Oh. What way are those dead things that aren't dead?
We smell them always in the fields.
Okay.
They attacked us and took our keeper.
You have a human.
Yes. Her name is Aswin.
Did they kill her?
We do not know. Can you help us find her?
Yeah. I can help your friend too.
And for the first time, the Silver One steps back and kind of opens a space for you to move towards it.
I am going to respect the wishes of the wolf and remain right where I am and cast a first level healing word on the
Okay.
reddish one.
Okay, got it. All right. Go ahead and roll. See how much healing that works out to.
It's not great, but it's the one that I can do from over here. Oh, okay, that's 7 points.
Okay.
Respect.
Enough that it kind of puts its limped foot all the way down.
Yeah. I mean,
You
those
see-
wolves only have 16 points of health anyway. I
Right,
know
right.
'cause I have one.
And you start to see a bit of a tail wag.
Okay. I'm going to stand up and tell them that I'm going to ask my friends to come closer so I can tell them what's going on and see if we can help you. We are trying to get to a mine, and can they tell me like in what direction they lost their friend?
Yeah, it is. They kind of do a nose point. But yeah, like from where you guys are at now, I would say south, maybe southeast.
Southeast. And which way are we going? Northwest?
Mhm.
So it's going like the exact
Kind of,
opposite.
yeah.
How long have they been walking?
They say 2-3 days. We've been searching for her.
Searching for her? When did you lose her?
Before that,
How long ago?
3 days.
Okay. All right. Make a deal. All right. We'll feed you, protect you, and give you water as long as you're with us. And we will help you find your human. But we need to make a little stop first.
Man, this sounds so weird saying this, but yeah, go ahead and roll a persuasion check on the wolves. You can use animal handling again if you would like, 'cause I think so
Let me
fits.
see.
But because you're talking to them with words and like trying to persuade them, you can use
No.
persuasion or animal handling. On
No, animal handling because my persuasion is ass.
them. Okay, got it. Animal handling it is.
Hell fucking yeah, that's a natural 20.
Ooh. They say
23.
Thank you for your healing, and if you can help us, then we will agree to that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm Silver, and this is Rust.
Appropriate. Okay. How do I have any idea how long this artifact quest is gonna take?
I mean, not really.
Okay. Hopefully.
You guys are close. I mean, you're getting to the cave today, presumably.
Yeah. But like once we get to the cave, like how much cave
Oh.
diving are we gonna have to do? That's the part that I'm
Yeah, good question. Good question. You
Mhm.
can certainly try.
I'm gonna turn to Winnie and Gloria and tell them the situation. We have just acquired 2 new companions. These are Rust and Silver. Please don't kill them. Okay. Okay. Great. And they're gonna be with us for a little bit. They're coming with us to the cave, and after that, we have to go find their human.
Okay.
Okay. Also, there's zombies
Okay.
somewhere. I don't really know. They just told me everywhere, so just be warned.
Oh my goodness.
Fair enough.
Zombies are.
We'll be on zombie watch.
Yeah, I asked them if they knew kind of where they were, and they were like everywhere. And I was like, great.
Oh dear. They don't mean the mushrooms, do they?
No,
No.
no, they don't, because they said people that aren't dead.
Oh no. People. Well, we're people that aren't dead.
But we're not supposed to be dead and aren't dead.
Oh, people that are supposed to be dead that aren't dead.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. So we have friends. They'll be with us for temporarily.
Okay.
Okay. I give Rust and Silver some jerky.
Okay.
I still have fish jerky.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. Yeah. There's a lot of fish eating going on in this campaign.
That's what happens when you travel with me.
Yeah, there you go.
A lot of
Those omega-3s, right?
They
source of protein and fat.
they very quickly eat. Silver lets Rust have more, and they don't seem like they're like ravenously hungry. Silver seems still capable. Maybe did some hunting for them in the downtime, but they gladly will take the jerky. Gladly will take the jerky.
Yep.
Okay. So the group heads back out with their two new wolven companions, Rust and Silver, with the promise to help them find their person. And what really takes up everybody's thoughts as you move closer is the size of these mountains here, and you're coming very close on the base of them. You are now, let's see here, let me get my map back up. Oh, there we go. Based on the way you have traveled, you can see here at the base of these mountains the distant coast, the frigid depths. It is off miles away, but especially for Udia, it brings a bit of comfort in this very increasingly cold area. You look off to the east and see trees in the far distance. Off on the other side of the Zimni Fields, you can see the outer edges of the Pearl Bow Wilderness. Look south now and see the Velven Thicket. Getting a view from here as you start to move up the base of these mountains. It's just very kind of a very shallow incline. But you see more and more as you go up to here, to this place that was marked on the map by the farmer. You get all the way up to the base of the mountain here, to where it goes from incline to steep walls, at least here in this spot. There's a particular spot marked on the map, but that could still be a large area. What are you doing to find this entrance here, now that you're at the spot that was marked on the map?
Well, this first thing we'll do is look around to see if we see any kind of an entrance or anything, whether it be on ground level or higher up.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
11.
11. Kind of look around. It's cold. Even with your thick fur, your teeth feel like chattering. You see that there's ice starting to build up in some of these low areas here on the mountain, but you don't see any kind of entrance or anything that might indicate where you need to go.
You guys think maybe this is a job for Owl?
Wouldn't hurt to see what they could find.
All right. Well,
Owl's a spider right now.
yeah, I'm going to have to take an hour and make Owl an owl.
So since she's taking an hour to make Owl an owl, I'll take 10 minutes to cast Speak with Animals again.
Okay.
And ask them if they know of an entrance to a cave around here.
Okay. They give a quick no.
No.
Yeah. They say Silver says we have not come this far north. It's colder up this far.
Mm-hmm.
Winnie, you set up your ritual. What does it look like this time? Setting up for your Find Familiar ritual.
This time she sets up the charcoal brazier. She makes it a little bit bigger than she normally does just because it's cold, and her, honey and lavender incense, and sets it all around, and has, tells she has Owl in spider form, and she says, I'm gonna send you back, buddy, and bring you back in your proper form. You've been a spider long enough. I'm sorry. Bamps him back, and then she, just spends an hour, making her motions over the brazier, and muttering her words and consulting her book and adding more incense and wafting the smoke out of her face, and her cloak starts to catch fire a little bit, and she has to pat it out. Oh, bother. And eventually snaps her fingers, and Owl comes out in owl form.
And the owl is back to their owl form, ready to take to the skies. Owl flies up. And here up top, Owl can get a great vantage point. Certainly one that you could not get down here from the base. Go ahead and roll perception check with advantage for Owl.
Right. With Owl's perception? Or with my perception?
Oh, that would be with Owl's perception, yeah.
Owl's perception. +3. See if I can get this to do with advantage. All right, 15 is the good one.
Okay, 15. You're looking through Owl's eyes down here, and you do see something that looks odd. Flat ice. You have Owl swoop a bit lower. And in one particular spot, about 350 to 400 feet up the mountain. Not kind of up the steep part, but if you go kind of at a diagonal on the base, there's a little path that it's still as steep, but you'd have to go up that to get there. And Owl sees that this ice on top is flat, but almost creates an archway over a particular spot on the mountainside. Owl flies in closer. You get why you didn't see it. From an angle down looking up, it just looks like another piece of ice or glacier. What used to be glacier, now just remnants here. But now you know where it is. It looks like there might be writing as well. It seems to be, it looks like script, but it's odd. It's not written or carved. It seems to be the white of the ice is formed into some kind of script.
Can I read the script?
Not currently.
Have to wait till we get up there.
You can see that it looks odd. It doesn't look like any script that you know or could identify easily off the top of your head. It almost looks like you kind of look at it through Owl's eyes and try and analyze it. It almost looks like a weird mix of multiple languages. Like each word seems to be different, separate from the other words, if that's what they are. But you see it, and you'd be hard pressed to think that wasn't in some way what you were looking for.
All right. I think Al's found what I think is the entrance. There's some writing up there, but I'll have to get close to it in order to read it.
How far away is it?
That's a good question.
It was about 350, 400 feet away, not terribly far, but you do have to go a little ways on the base, and then where it's kind of steep rock face, there's a break in that, and it kind of creates a little bit. When you go over to look at that, it almost looks like these are very eroded stairs that maybe once were that now just look like a rocky pathway.
Okay. Well, inexplicably, I have pythons and rope. So, not sure why I have those, but I do.
But you do. Hey, if you got it, you got it.
Yeah, I assume it's equipment that was given to me at some point. So, yeah, we might want to use those so we don't slip.
Okay. So you're doing a little climbing setup here with the rope and pythons.
Yeah. I mean, it's not super vertical, so
No, it's not. But if you're trying to be safe, then a bit of time is spent. And with the first 2 days being very good traveling conditions, we're still kind of in the middle of the day area here now. There's certainly time left to be able to take the time and care to get up to this spot without doing anything dangerous. Because when he takes the pythons and hammers them in, slowly moving the rest of the way up this cold mountain, Udia, you look down at Frostbringer and see that illusory mist kind of coming out of the sheath, just out into the open air. And you take a moment to look back over the Zemni fields here from a higher perspective than anywhere else you've been so far, and you see it all. You see in the distance what you know is Hope's Bastion now. You can see what is, even from here, an incomplete wall around the settlement. In the far, far distance, you see Erosa, a small city with bits of smoke coming up off of it from the various chimneys that are fighting their own cold weather. Making it across the Zemni fields is, as described recently, not an easy task. But here you are. Standing in front of, or rather making your way up to this icy archway on the side of the mountain, one that you know will lead to at least a powerful artifact. Something that was guarded by the farmer's family. You feel all on, or each of you feel different in your own ways. Driven by motivations that are very significant to each of you. And as you make it after an hour or so up this rocky stone pathway, you stand here in front of the ice. You can see that it creates a doorway of stone with a carved line down the middle, making it look like a door. Whether you're ready or not for what's on the other side remains to be seen. But that's where we'll end the session for today. And we'll find out next time. Thanks everybody tuning in on Twitch and anybody watching the VOD afterwards. We will be back next week to get into this cave and find out what Frostbringer will lead them to. So thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Bye.